In today's video, we're going to be discussing the all-important transition movement from the top of the backswing to the start of the downswing. If you get this movement correct, you will maintain lag, you will shallow your downswing, you'll create more speed. It is really the holy grail of your golf swing, and it's something that you can sort out from the comfort of your own home. Learn how now. My arms behind. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today actually in my own garden. I'm going to be bringing you some daily videos on Facebook and Instagram. So my social media info is just coming along the bottom of the screen right now. Check those out as well. They're definitely going to help your game. And on YouTube, I'm going to bring you lots of how to practice at home, what exercises you should be running through. I hope this is of interest to you and going to help. If you can, just hit that thumbs up if you enjoy the video and subscribe to my channel for free to never miss any more videos. So today's one, as I mentioned here, is all going to be about the transition movement. Let me grab a golf club. This is relevant with any golf club. I've got here a mid-iron, but this would be the same true exercise whether we're talking about a wood. The transition movement from the top of the backswing to the start of the downswing. There's a couple of things that we want to see, and there's a couple of traits that we see with elite golfers. One thing they do is they shift their pressure from their trail foot towards their lead foot, and they're doing that from the ground up. We're doing it using our feet, our knees, our hips. We're not doing it by just lunging towards the target, towards the golf ball with our upper body. So we actually see that the lower body starts the downswing and the pressure is moving towards our lead side. So my lead side just closest towards the target. The other thing we see with the majority of elite golfers is a shallowing movement. All we mean by shallowing is the club shaft, that would be very steep. That would be very shallow, more horizontal. What we see with elite golfers is there is a shallowing movement in their transition for the majority of elite golfers, even those who are actually trying to hit more fade shots here. It does a number of things. As I shallow that golf club here, I actually keep my trail arm, my arm that's furthest away from the target, down and in front of me. It helps me keep my upper body almost back, feeling like I'm staying kind of close to the target, back to the target a little bit longer. And that means, again, I can start to utilize and use my lower body correctly. And the exercise, and what I want you to do is set up, and I want you to take your trail hand and make a backswing for me. And what I want you to do in the start of the downswing is feel like your palm is actually moving behind you this way, almost waving. So it's moving behind you towards the back of your heels in this movement. What we see with the majority of golfers who struggle with an over-the-top, poor sequence out to in movement is their first movement from here would be the palm going in front of them and starting to point down. I want you to feel like you wave and get the fingertips almost moving behind your heels. So with a golf club in your hand, that allows the club to shallow. It means I get my trail shoulder and elbow moving as we want to see to help me shallow that golf club and also create a lot of lag as I do that, that angle from my lead arm to my club shaft. That is pent up speed and energy that we can then deliver at the golf ball, not losing energy here. So if you're someone who's really struggling with that trail arm movement in the downswing and over the top movement of poor sequence, the transition move is a real key area for you. And the drill, the exercise, as I said, is get to the top with your trail hand and actually just try and feel that you wave, that you get your fingertips moving more behind you. And what we can then start to do is actually do that while starting with our lower body. So my lower body has opened up on the backswing, okay? So my hips have turned. I'm going to feel like my hips go back to almost centering themselves, and I will put some ideas about centering hips starting downswing to some other videos I've filmed just here, well worth checking out. But my hips are just actually trying to move to more marry up with this red line, this cane on the ground, while we can get those fingertips moving behind you, that waving movement. Now I'm starting to actually get my pressure towards my lead side, keep my upper body a little bit back for longer, so I'm creating a bigger stretch between upper body and lower body. shallowing the golf club, and also creating the lags. I'm doing loads of things, definitely multitasking. Let's put that into a golf swing feeling. It's just that transition movement. The club is shallowing. My pressure is moving towards my lead side. Very different to this movement that we see with so many golfers. Once you've done lots of those exercises, let's put a golf ball in the way, and if it's at home, just an airflow ball into the fence would be absolutely fine. You don't need a golf net that I've got set up here. Let's feel that movement again. That club is shallowing in the transition, going from steep to shallow. My lower body is starting my downswing, exactly what I want to see. Let's do a nice slow one. Definitely got that feeling, shallowing the golf club, almost leaving the golf club behind. Rather than our upper body catching up with our lower body very early, we want our upper body to actually catch up with our lower body in terms of rotation, actually just after impact. So our lower body is definitely starting the downswing. Let's do that again. That feeling of almost leaving my arms behind. If you're someone who struggles with that transition move, those exercises are really going to give you the relevant feelings to help your transition move, your downswing. And as I said, you can actually accomplish lots of things from here. Shallowing, maintaining lag, starting with the ground up, using your lower body, sequencing correctly. All keys that we need to actually have an efficient golf swing. If that video has helped, make sure you hit the thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel as I mentioned at the start. Cheers guys, we'll see you soon.